best known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
So we're sitting in here waiting for the Extra Funny to start talking about food. Now I'm starving.
I'm real hungry.
Think about fried chicken. Think about double cheeseburgers. Whatever we talked about just now is something I want. Except they were talking about, y'all mentioned something about some kind of Dominican bodega thing that doesn't sound so good to me. Mm-hmm. You know, the Dominican people with their mobile kitchens. I just don't know. I don't know about that. Is that a Dominican thing or just a bodega thing, the chopped cheese? Or is that what you call it, chopped cheese?
Yeah, chopped cheese. That's bodega.
Okay, yeah. Not Dominican.
Not Dominican.
Okay. So, y'all don't get mad if people ask if y'all got chopped cheese because it's bodega food. Mm-hmm. But you are like, oh, no, we don't have tacos.
Yeah.
Because that's not either bodega food or Dominican food.
Right. Which I don't think is too much to ask for.
Well, I mean, Southern people don't really know exactly what a bodega is to begin with. I always thought it was a whorehouse. When I was a kid, growing up, they would say, oh, down at the bodega. They'd see that on TV and the movies and all. I thought that was a whorehouse.
I don't even remember hearing that term when I was a kid. But then again, I didn't watch anything that just wasn't white people.
Yeah, you weren't allowed. Oh, you should have seen that one time he tried to sneak and watch an episode of What's Happening. His mama went nuts.
Oh.
That is not true, by the way, for anybody.
No, but because it was always in a movie or on TV where a crime had happened. It was like, oh, yeah, I saw her down at the bodega. Or I saw him going in the bodega. That's why when I was a kid, I thought that was a whorehouse. But it's not.
No.
But Southern people walk up and they see y'all's food truck thing, and they see the word bodega on the side of it. They may not even know what that means, but then they see y'all being Hispanic, and that you have empanadas and stuff, and they just think, well, I'm sure they have tacos. They just didn't write it on the little sign out here.
No, because that's what bothers me the most. You're looking at the menu, and you still proceed to ask. If we didn't have a menu, okay, I'll give it to you. Ask me whatever questions. But you looked at the menu, and then you still came and asked me if we had tacos.
So but a lot of times restaurants don't have something on the menu that they offer, and then that's your generation that started all that about secret menus and ghost kitchens and all that bullshit. Mm-mm. Yeah.
We got asked the other day if we had churros. I was like, churros?
Oh.
Come on.
What kind of dessert do you offer?
There's a guava and cream cheese empanada that Jay makes, or a cookies and cream one.
Yeah. That seems like that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know about guava.
Yeah. What is that?
Isn't guava a Mexican thing?
No. It's a fruit.
In Mexico. Yeah. You can only get it in Mexico. And then they pronounce it aguave. It's in tequila.
It's not true.
That's what they use to make tequila is aguave.
Guava.
What's the best seller?
The chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And that's ground beef with cheese melted in it, cooked all up on it, and put on a crusty, soft bun.
A hoagie roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't you get tortillas and make tacos with that?
I'm not gonna go and make tortillas just for people.
Yeah.
Just for customers who are ready to spend money?
Not for
why cater to those people? And just throw a tortilla on the griddle for 15 seconds. And put some chopped cheese meat in.
Why couldn't you roll the chopped cheese up in a soft tortilla and dip it in something and make it like something
Well,
extra?
I'm way ahead of you guys because the other day I have to stop eating as much bread, so I bought these low carb tortillas. So I have them on the truck, but they're for me.
Yeah.
To eat chopped cheese tacos.
But I bet if you use those low carb tortillas in place of bread and made it like a soft taco, a chopped cheese soft taco with a little dip, a sauce, damn.
Those are the ones that I eat. I tell you, I eat tortilla every day.
Yeah.
I eat at least 2 tortillas a day for things. Like in the morning, I have my breakfast wrap on one of those low carb tortillas, and then sometimes I just have a snack of a plain rolled up tortilla. I have a wish to keto. I got the tortilla. I just wish it had meat in it or something.
Rob was all pissed off yesterday, Alexis, because he was like, I got some low carb tortillas and I ordered them through the app and I got them home. They were only this big. They were like the size of like a piece of bologna. Small little tortillas.
That's the only reason they were low carb. It was just tiny.
They're tiny.
I was so mad. What can you do with those? What do you do with them?
I make little tacos, so I have taco snacks. So I'll take the ground beef with the cheese or chicken with the cheese and get a little snack.
So
And you just flaunt that in the people's faces
Yep.
who are wanting tacos, and you're like, we don't have
I
this.
eat it right in front of them.
You're sitting
No,
there eating a taco. They're like, can I have
Yeah.
one of those? No.
it looks just like a taco. It has lettuce, tomato.
So do you like when you're at home, you'll make the meat and cut up your lettuce and all that kind of stuff and just prep them and make like a little
I'll make them
container
on the
full of little
truck.
tiny tacos?
No, I'll just make them on the truck. As I get hungry, I'll just make one real quick.
Now, do you have to keep a count of how much you eat so you can get it held out of your check at the
No,
end of the week?
I eat what I want. And if one day I want to go and eat 10 empanadas, I'm gonna do that.
What would happen if he ever said, "Hey, please stop eating so much because you're hurting the inventory."
Please.
Yeah,
My profit margins have shrunk.
you're eating up El Profito.
Yeah. Like we sold 50 empanadas and you ate 10, so we only profited for 40.
You gotta deal with it.
I bet that cookies and cream empanada is good. Though. You say it puts a sauce on it too?
We finish it off with cinnamon sugar dusting, which is so good because it comes out so hot from the fryer. So when you put the cinnamon sugar melts
makes
on
a
it.
glaze on it,
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's good.
A dusting, huh?
A dusting.
Give it a good dusting.
You know what would go good with that? A taco.
Yep. And a churro. And some fried ice cream.
Yeah.
Y'all got fried ice cream? What about a flan? Yeah. Can I get a good flan and a 3 milks cake?
I was about to say that 3 milks cake.
Y'all got fajitas? Oh. I'll come back there to smack the smile off your face.
But that 3 milks cake is tres leches is one of my favorite desserts.
Yeah, it's good.
Now I wouldn't hit a dog in the butt with a flan.
Jay's sister makes the best 3 milks cake I've ever had.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Even though that's a Mexican dish?
Yeah.
I love that we keep calling it three
3 milks. Tres leches. Well, yeah, she learned how to do it. She was
So
born
why
in
is
New
it-
York.
But why is it so ridiculous that people come up looking for tacos?
Because it's not a Mexican food truck.
Oh.
But what if it was?
A lot of times people might not understand though that.
So then at that point, we should just be like a Latin food truck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that Sabre place. No, do y'all have burgers?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's a bodega food.
Yeah, bodega food. And we
burgers,
have a
yeah.
chimney burger.
Oh.
So that makes it Hispanic.
What's on the chimney burger?
It's cabbage.
Oh, never mind.
I know you wouldn't like it. Cabbage, red onion, and the mayo ketchup sauce.
Ooh, I bet that hot ass food truck smelled like garbage when that cabbage is cooking in there. Because cabbage stinks when it's, but you don't cook it, do
He
you?
doesn't cook it, it's raw.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but we make regular burgers for people like you.
For white people's audience?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be
outside.
getting. I wouldn't be getting a burger. I'd be getting, some of the other stuff that I can't get all the time.
Yeah, the empanadas are the best.
Y'all use cilantro? He's going to need it.
No cilantro.
What?
Oh, he does make a sauce, actually, a sauce for the empanadas, the dipping sauce that has cilantro in it and jalapenos and some other stuff.
Cilantro, jalapenos,
I don't
but
think-
no Mexican food.
Nope.
I don't think Rob would-
Jalapenos aren't Mexican?
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
They're just as Mexican as a guava.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think Rob would eat anything that you guys have to offer.
Oh, he'd eat the chopped cheese.
I was about to say that eat cookies and that? cream thing sounds pretty good too.
No.
But, Yeah. But yeah, I would eat
And he'd
chopped
probably
cheese.
eat the chimney dog
I don't know.
with cheese. I mean, he'd probably just get the cheese on
Yeah, I was
it.
about to say,
Yeah.
don't give me
The
no
sauce.
chimney on that.
Chimmy means cabbage.
It's just it's the combination of the cabbage and that sauce together. The mayo ketchup. Mayo ketchup.
Yeah, I see people on the internet. They'll go, all right, I got the perfect sauce. We're going to do smash burgers or they're going to do whatever. And you got to, you mix up this perfect sauce to go on it. And basically all they do is mix ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard. They mix it up in a bowl and go, that's that. And then you put that sauce on. What sauce? This ketchup.
Yeah.
It's
Mayo
what you would
ketchup.
be putting on there separately.
What about if you put some relish on it with that?
We don't got relish. You can bring
No,
your
I'm
own
talking about
relish.
like the sauce thing in general.
Oh,
Because that's how I make it. I use ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard, and throw some relish in it.
maybe.
Sweet
Gordon
relish
Ramsay
or
back
dill?
Sweet.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't try that.
I don't like pickles, but I do like sweet relish.
Ugh. I don't even think I like relish.
You
What
have
is
the
relish?
Palate of a bull's ass. What is relish?
Yeah.
Chopped up pickles.
Oh, so what? You don't like pickles, but you like relish?
I can't explain it. I think it's a texture thing because I'm weird.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I can admit it.
Look at him making his own burger sauces back there.
I know.
Like damn
His own burger sauce.
Guy Fieri.
What I do is I'll mix the McDonald's spicy mustard sauce with ketchup and relish and then ranch and yum yum.
It's Rob's aioli.
Whatever
Then I
you just said
mix it
does
up.
sound good.
It does sound good.
I never thought about using yum yum sauce on a burger.
Oh yeah. You can put yum yum sauce on a turd and it'd be good.
The way to do it, though, Rob, in my opinion, is you make the burger like you normally would and fix it, and then just put the yum yum sauce on the plate as a side, like a little, so you can
Oh,
dip
that's a good
dip
idea.
each burger bite into the yum yum sauce. That's the way to go.
Yum yum.
I might actually be making some chopped cheese today. I was going to stop at the store and get some hoagies because I got a bunch of meat.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you hear that, ladies?
Ew.
Girlfriend's out of town. Rob's sitting over there with a bunch of meat.
Come over and have a hoagie,
Yeah.
Got 2.5
Put that- He
pounds.
got a bunch of meat looking for the buns.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of it for you. Right in your mouth.
Yep.
You get it.
A bunch of meat. Where'd you get? Why do you have a bunch of meat, Rob? You just bought it.
I ordered did a Walmart pickup order, and I ordered 2.25 pounds of meat because it was a thing to get it on sale for that price. And I got home and they gave me 2 of those.
Oh, so you got almost 5 pounds of meat.
I got 4.5 pounds of meat.
You got a chub.
In a chub,
No, it was one of those the styrofoam tray ones.
family size pack.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
try it, meat.
Yeah.
They gave me the weird thing is they gave me one that was 80/20, which is what I ordered, and they gave me one that was 93/7. I don't know how they messed that up.
Well, because they're stupid, I guess. But you didn't order one of them, though, right?
Right.
You just got maybe the 93.7 was supposed to be somebody else's cart.
Yeah, well, I didn't find out till I got home, and I'm sure that they're
Too
not.
late then.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to take back some meat.
You want your meat
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, all you're responsible for is giving it, not taking it back.
Check that receipt for all this meat.
Yeah, I got 4.5 pounds of it, baby.
Right here.
That's why my back's hurting, carrying it around all the time.
Toting all this meat around. Oh yeah, so it's burgers going down for the next couple of days. Meredith's gone. That's the only thing I know that Rob does cook is burgers. He likes cooking burgers.
You gonna break out the griddle for these?
We have a little griddle that her mother gave us over Christmas that I use all the time. That's probably where I cook.
Is it in the house or out?
Yeah, it's in the house.
Little grill.
Is there anything that you enjoy, Rob, that she doesn't like, that she protests, like, I don't want that, or I hate when you fix that?
Just the chicken thighs that one time. was the
Okay,
only
so
thing.
but there's nothing that you're like, this I'm having, chicken thighs 3 times this week, so she doesn't like them, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Meredith's a snob about chicken.
She is.
Gotta be white meat.
Well, and she requires tenders from most places as well.
Right. She likes the chicken.
She goes to Outback and gets chicken tenders every time.
Yeah, that's what Cubby does.
Yep.
But not anymore because they changed them, right?
Oh, that's right. They changed the recipe.
I'm starting a petition to bring back the old chicken tenders from Outback.
A petition.
F knows with the chicken tenders in Outback.
He did the same thing with Chili's because they just changed theirs too. They don't have the chicken crispers anymore.
Right.
Rob, you should learn to make. You should start making perfect the chicken tender just the way she likes it. She would love that if you were just able to surprise her with chicken tenders one night.
I
like she
guarantee you, she'd find something wrong with it.
Really?
So how often does she eat chicken tenders?
At least twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a
I
week.
did say twice. Twice.
Twice a week.
Because, that's been our friend Cubby's favorite food since he was a little kid. And that's why he knows about all these places and the way their chicken tenders recipe is and all that. So what is her favorite place for chicken tenders? Which one is her favorite restaurant?
Outback. It was
Outback. Yeah. Has she been since they changed it?
Yeah, but it's not as good as it was. But I think her favorite now would be the chicken critters at Texas Roadhouse.
Hell yeah.
Chicken critters.
Chicken critters.
Yeah. Texas Roadhouse is solid, though.
You can't beat Texas Roadhouse.
You gotta come try the chicken tenders on the truck.
You got chicken tenders, but you ain't got tacos?
Yup. They're called pechuguinis.
They're called what now?
Oh, yeah. That doesn't confuse the southern folks.
Listen, I told Jay the other day, I was like, we need to change the name on that because people don't just put Bodega tenders. People are not going to know what that is. And as soon as he changed the name, started selling.
Yeah.
Because people are like, they don't even read the description. They're like, oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
Can you say the name one more time?
Pechuguinis.
Pechuguinis.
Pechuguinis. That means chicken tenders?
Yeah. It's like, chicken breast part, like cut in strips. I don't know. It's a long way to say the same thing, but I was like, just do tenders,
Bodega
dude.
tenders.
Bodega tenders, a lot easier. People get
And
that.
suddenly catches
Gone.
fire.
You know what else? You know what else would simplify things? If y'all just turned it into a taco truck.
Funnier than your average podcast. This is the Extra Funny Podcast, presented by Neogenics. Find out more about Neogenics at acetj.com/Neogenics. More Extra Funny podcasts next.
More of the Extra Funny Podcast is coming up on Ace TJ TV. Today on Ace TJ TV. It's Wednesday. Watch the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show live from 6 to 9 Eastern, or watch anytime on demand after 9. Then it's Extra Funny live at 9 Eastern and available anytime on demand after 10. And at 11, it's a new episode of Ace's podcast, Meaningful Meeting, available on demand. Ace TJ Prime Plus members, today, discover the Extra Funny podcast and the 15 minutes of Extra Funny only available to Ace TJ Prime Plus members. It's Ace TJ TV, available at acetj.com, the Ace and TJ app, or at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Ace TJ Show.
No doubt you heard the old saying, you can't have it all, but you can when it comes to great food, great drinks, great service, and great atmosphere. Because you know where Fahrenheit is. Fahrenheit, 21 stories above the city on South Caldwell in Uptown Charlotte, is unbeatable, unmatched when it comes to food, service, drinks, and atmosphere. And it doesn't matter what you're in the mood for or what type of evening you're having. Romantic night with someone special? Perfect. Great place to hang out before an event uptown and have a few drinks? Perfect. Great place for dinner with friends and family? Perfect. Great place for a business dinner? Perfect. They can do it all, and they do it all every single day and every single night at Fahrenheit. You simply can't go wrong with Fahrenheit. No matter what type of atmosphere you're looking for, they've got it. And like I said, always the best food, the best drinks, and the best service. Get details, make reservations at FahrenheitCharlotte.com. That's FahrenheitCharlotte.com.
Tempur-Pedic is the nation's most recommended mattress. And you know why? Because they're really good. And we've got the complete line of Tempur-Pedic available right here at Sweet Dreams.
Right now, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic Breeze at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Let a member of the Dream Team help fit you to your just right Tempur-Pedic. Only at Sweet Dreams.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
If you have nagging pain in your joints, muscles, tendons, and ligaments, you may be able to get rid of that pain with no surgery, no medications, and no downtime, thanks to Neogenics, the most trusted stem cell clinic in the Carolinas, now in Ballantyne and Lake Norman. Get details at acetj.com/neogenics.
The Ace and TJ app every weekday at 9 a.m. and download it wherever you want. This is Ace and TJ's Extra Funny Podcast.
So, Rob, with your whole big single life going on right now, no nagging girlfriend or yapping dogs,
Yup.
as you put it.
Yes, I did.
Especially the nagging girlfriend part.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. What did you do yesterday?
Well, my cousin came over yesterday because he's off work Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So we played some Magic the Gathering. I used some of that beef to make a meaty queso.
Yeah.
Okay.
I printed some things with my 3D printer for him.
Okay. So big
I love
party day while the cat's away.
What'd you print for him?
Something for he makes these Japanese Gundam models. They look like, I think we've talked about them before, but they look like giant robot people things, and he builds them so it's an accessory for him to use.
This may be the nerdiest shit I've ever heard of my life.
He's making robot people out of plastic.
Giant robot.
Giant robot people.
Let me come over. Let's play Magic the Gathering and use your 3D printer to make some robots.
Some Japanese robots at that.
These are my Gundam robots.
Damn, man.
While eating queso.
Hey,
Yeah, that
Meaty queso.
meaty queso is the only normal thing in that conversation.
I know when I get a couple of days off, that's what I'm doing.
Printing out some robots.
You heard. Yeah, 2 days a week off, and you're going to use them doing that.
Oh, God.
I mean, nothing wrong with it. It's what he loves. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, serial killers love murdering, but there's a limit. Man, so you can print out a whole robot with that thing.
No, I printed him out something to help him with him doing that.
Oh, he's like building one?
Yeah, so they come on, they're like kind of like sheets, but it's like plastic pieces that are connected together that you punch them out and then put them together. Yeah. So this is a holder for those little sheet things that he uses.
So it's like building a model.
Yeah.
And this prints out pieces of the model.
No, he already has the pieces. This holds them in a place so it's easier for him to access them rather than setting them down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the
what does he do with them?
I don't know.
Does he play, like when he gets them all done and everything, does he have them, like fight with each other?
I think he has them on display in the house.
Yeah, and he just puts them up for looks. He doesn't take them down and play with them or anything?
I don't know if the camera caught that or not, but when you said, what does he do with him? TJ was kind of looking toward Rob, and I glanced at Riggins, and Riggins holds him up like a little kid would and goes,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is you make them fight.
Like rock 'em, sock 'em, robot.
Yeah, I mean, they're action figures.
Do you think he's got a voice for each one of them?
I hope not.
Hell yeah.
I bet you he does.
Do you think it's a Japanese voice?
Probably.
Or does he
Now,
just
wait,
say,
Rob,
that's too hard?
did he learn Japanese so he could play better with the Japanese toys?
No.
Like you're learning how to speak French so you can do a better Dungeons and Dragons voice?
I don't believe that to be the case. No, I don't think he's done that. I could be wrong, but not that I know.
I mean, holy crap. He's married?
No, he's not. No, it's the cousin I used to live with.
Talk about panty dropper. You see a bookshelf full of Japanese robots. She's like, give it to me. I got to have it.
Gundams.
I built these myself.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a robot builder on my days off.
Think of what you could do, though, Rob, if you were single and you'd be able to tell women, hey, I'll build you one on my 3D printer at home tomorrow. Bring it over.
yeah. A big robot. Gundam robot.
So, would you say that he's nerdier than you, Rob?
It's a toss up. Like he's nerdier about certain things, but I'm nerdy about other things. So I don't know. I don't think he is.
Like if y'all had a nerd off, who would win?
I would probably know more like random knowledge of things. But he would know more about like anime and stuff like that.
Okay. So random knowledge of
Like just nerd facts, like stuff about electronics, video games, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he would kill me in an anime contest or something.
you need to practice. So he can't kill you in that.
I don't have time. I mean, I'm working on my French.
Does he play Dungeons and Dragons?
He does.
He does. Is he a dungeon master? Or anything?
No.
Does he play dungeon? There's a bear shit in the woods. The guy's building Gundam robots. Of course he does.
But maybe he wouldn't like Dungeons and Dragons. He's strictly Magic the Gathering or any of those other story playing games.
No, he's into Dungeons and Dragons as well.
Now, when you get those really expensive board games and it takes 4 hours to set it up and all of that, how do you know when you're through playing with it? You know what I mean? Where do you drag it out later and go, you know what, we haven't played in a while? Whatever game. Let's take 4.5 hours tomorrow and set it up again and play.
Yeah, because it's not like playing Monopoly or
Where you just
Sorry
pull
or
it
whatever
out
on the board.
easily,
You're like, oh, I'm the winner.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of the games I play are like, they call them legacy games, where the decisions you make in one game will affect your next game of that same game. So like you'll have a character and he'll level up and you get new abilities with that character the next time you play. And in between those missions, you write down some stuff so you know where you're at and you pull it back out.
I'm trying to think what I would hate more, just from my personal likes and dislikes. Having to sit down and play that type of board game from the beginning, like setting it up the 4.5 hours or whatever it takes, and then sitting there trying to remember the rules and go along with it, or somebody just throwing me in a big corn maze. Because both things are a nightmare to me. I think I would rather the corn maze.
Rather the corn?
Yeah, I think I'd rather be in the corn maze because I think that I could get out of it faster than I could get out of that whole board game experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even though I'm not good at directions or anything like that. Puzzles, I'm not good at that. Yeah. But I could, if I needed to, cut through the corn and get to daylight. I could just cut a path through the corn stalks, get out of the trail.
It may take you 2 hours to find your way out of the corn maze, and you'd be mad and frustrated
and itching.
But you still saved 2 hours over just the game setup of playing the board game.
And falls around the corner. I mean, we could put a GoPro on like a helmet and watch you go through a corn maze. That shit would be incredible. Just bitching about it the whole time.
But if I did the board game thing, then one of the positives about that is, I like hanging out with Rob. So
yeah, but you would ruin the game for everybody else that are actively interested in playing.
Riggins.
Yeah, you'd be such a
how dare you?
Such a jerk about it. Can't ruin their game.
I would not.
Yeah, sure.
Let's make that one of the rules that I can't be a jerk.
Well, what's the fun?
But a corn maze, escape rooms, all that. I don't know why I picture escape rooms to all have a mildew smell. I've never been in an escape room.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have sweaty smell.
Yeah, I figured it would smell like, nervous sweat.
Yeah. When we went through the neon putt-putt / haunted house out there, that shit smelled like soggy ass. Like it was damp and
I wonder
humid.
why.
I don't know. It was a pretty bootleg haunted house, if you ask me, with the cosmic putt-putt in the background.
That's another thing. I'm not a big fan of the putt-putt in general. Usually because if you're going to do it, it's so hot out there on that course, walking that course in the heat.
At the beach.
Yeah, it's kind of I love putt-putt. It's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, you do. You've always liked it. Yankees call it miniature golf.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. No, it's putt-putt.
Every golf, though, is a putt-putt for you, isn't it, Alexis? Because you're miniature.
I need the tiny little.
Rob could build you with a 3D printer.
Oh, yeah. Could you build her some stuff? She's small. That wouldn't even take that much. Build her like a helmet or something.
I thought about building her like something from Game of Thrones, but I couldn't find anything.
Oh, that'd be cool. Can you make me a dragon so I can ride it?
No.
Yeah. A real one? Get
Well,
your
you're
cousin to do
building
it on his
giant
next day off.
Robots.
So what do you and your cousin argue about, Rob? Y'all got to, you've had to have been in big arguments and stuff before because y'all are like brothers, kind of.
Well, not really, because he doesn't really get like nothing riles him up. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
But your niece, on the other hand, that you're almost your same age. Y'all have been into it before, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Over what?
I mean, in general, since she was born, we've just.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was the baby until then.
I used to tell her to get out of my room and yell at her, stuff like that.
Get out of my room. Sorry, I was trying to get my niece out of my room.
Mom, she's in here again.
Get out.
And then with her being mad at you for dating Meredith.
Yeah, she didn't like that.
I still don't understand why she was so upset because Meredith being her best friend, she didn't want you dating her. But was it because she didn't want the thought of you and her best friend doing it?
She always used to say she likes to keep her worlds separate. So her family and then her friends were different groups that she would do stuff with.
Yeah, but that's not a solid enough reason. I think it's maybe because she thought one of you wasn't good enough for the other.
I don't know.
That had to be the only thing. So would you say she would think that Meredith was too good for you, or you were too good for Meredith?
I probably that Meredith's too good for me, if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm. But if the microphones weren't on.
No, I really do.
More than just regular funny. This is extra funny. There's more of Ace and TJ's Extra Funny podcast next.
Coming up tomorrow on Ace TJ TV.
The Ace and TJ podcast and radio show will be back tomorrow morning, live at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. You can watch or listen on the Ace and TJ app. I know Ace and TJ have some hilarity and some genius up their sleeves for Thursday morning show. So go check out the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show starting live, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on the Ace and TJ app, or get caught up later on all major podcast platforms.
It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show, live starting at 6 Eastern, then available on demand anytime once done after 9. This is Ace TJ TV. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Ace. I got a little project going here in my backyard. You'll see down there, that's a putting green. Going to be some beautiful Bermuda grass around it, all to get ready for the Ace and TJ golf tournament to benefit Peyton's Promise. Yes, we're throwing a golf tournament Monday, November 13th. It's going to be at North Stone Country Club, and we want you to be a part of it. We want your company to be a sponsor. We want you to get some buddies together and come out and play and help us raise money for Peyton's Promise. That's how we do things like breaking and entering Christmas and so much more, especially work for kids throughout the area. So get the details at acetj.com/golf. That's acetj.com/golf to be a part of our Ace and TJ's golf tournament Monday, November 13th at North Stone Country Club. Now the truth, this isn't my house, and I'm just out here working, helping these people build this thing. So I got to go change shirts now, okay? If you have nagging pain in your joints, muscles, tendons, and ligaments, you may be able to get rid of that pain with no surgery, no medications, and no downtime, thanks to Neogenics, the most trusted stem cell clinic in the Carolinas, now in Ballantyne and Lake Norman. Get details at acetj.com/neogenics.
Lift!
You've heard of our all-star delivery team.
All 5 stars, every customer, every time.
But until now, you had no idea the rigorous training it takes to have the best delivery team in the business.
That's it. Pivot. Pivot.
Get this sofa for just $7.99 and have it delivered by the best in the biz, only at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
So proud of him.
Sounds like a sweet delivery to me.
This pepperoni was carefully placed by hand by a pizza maker at Papa John's. Just like this one, and that one over there. Ooh, and even these in the crust. Get yourself the new Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust Pizza, only at Papa John's.
Presents the Extra Funny Podcast. Find out more about Neogenics at acetj.com/neogenics. Now, Ace and TJ.
Neogenics. I knew this was going to happen. And pretty much everybody with any semblance of common sense knew this was going to happen. But I guess y'all know, because y'all are wrestling fans and all, this Dylan Postel, what's the name? Dylan Postel. He's the little person from the WWE.
Oh, the guy that used to be Hornswoggle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he has spoken out and stated the obvious, that the new policies of trying to be more inclusive and all, basically the woke policies of Disney and these other movie companies and all, and because of this new version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, or just Snow White, is putting people like him out of work.
I believe it.
Because that complete and total asshat, shitbag, mean Peter Dinklage came out and said that whole thing about stereotyping little people in roles and talking about Snow White hasn't, they're probably going to do the same thing, fall in line with stereotyping little people with the dwarves and all of this. Well, it's not going to be the seven dwarfs. It's seven regular-sized people.
Yeah.
Tall people. Maybe one little person in the seven.
Him. Peter Dinklage.
Oh, it is him?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then that's it. He just doesn't want anybody else in competition with him. He's just trying to get all the roles.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Yeah.
I'll double check. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Like you just said, this is really awful.
Yeah.
I think
So
it
at the
is
time
him.
when he said that, and they start, and then the whole Willy Wonka thing, putting Hugh Grant as the what's it called, Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Isn't that supposed to be a little person?
It historically has been.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So now you got all of these actors, these little actors, who are saying, "Hey, this is BS, man."
Yeah.
I can't really go in and audition for the leading man character that George Clooney might get. I'm up against George Clooney for that.
Right. Rob, that is Peter Dinklage as one of the dwarves in Snow White.
I don't know that he was.
Oh, he was not the little guy?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that he was.
It looks like him. Here's the picture, and I thought that was Peter Dinklage. Either way, there's a little person as one of the the dwarves.
One.
Is it from the new one?
The live action one?
I don't think I've seen anything about that one, so it could be him.
They put out this picture where it shows like 6 average-sized people with one little person.
Yeah.
And I thought that was Peter Dinklage, but maybe it's not.
But this guy's like, "Hey, man,
Yeah, you're screwing it up for us, who haven't had many acting opportunities."
So in order to be more inclusive, they're being exclusive."
Yeah, in this case, they are, it seems.
And then Snow White is Hispanic in this one.
Yeah.
I believe. So she would be Snow Cinnamon.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's Peter Dinklage.
It's not. It just looks like him.
No. And I said at the time, okay, he's bitching about this, but he's played so many roles where he's played up the fact that he's a little person.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff with him in it, but I know what's the Will Ferrell Christmas movie?
Elf.
Elf. Mm-hmm. He got that gig because he was a little person. Mm-hmm. He is a good actor. I've seen him in roles where it wasn't even an issue, like they didn't even bring up, or it could have been anybody playing the role, and he was good in it.
That's what I was about to say. There's a movie where he plays a businessman he's the bad guy in this business deal, and it has nothing to do with the fact that he's a smaller person, but he's very good. He was great at it.
Yeah, but it's just that when he comes out and says this kind of stuff, like he's so much above all of the other things, and almost, instead of being an advocate for getting little people more work and having that work not be just because they're a little person in the role, or the role calls for a little person, he just shuts them down with what he says completely. Because a lot of people are like, hey, we haven't been in the business as long as you have. To be able to get roles like that without it being something where we fit the character that they've written in the thing. I don't know.
Well, they're all on strike anyway, so.
Yeah, and that's going to be, I think, a wake-up call for some of these celebrities, these actors, because there are far too many people in successful shows now that are not famous actors, and they're really good. You turn on a hit Hulu series, and how many people in there are you recognizing from other things? Not many, and they're all really, really good. Mm-hmm. So these A-listers, so to speak, going on strike, they're going to find out, hey, you're not as in demand like you used to be. There aren't any big box office automatics, very few now.
Less and less by the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then what are the big money making movies? These comic book movies. So they can put anybody playing those roles, and they do. They switch them out movie to movie.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying, "Oh, I gotta go see that movie, that George Clooney movie," or "I gotta go see that movie because it's got this person in it."
And horror movies are still big. They're one of the best money makers. They're not going to do $150 million, but if you make a movie for 15 million and it goes on and makes 60 million, that's a big win, and they don't require a star.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best series I think of the past 20 years is the show Justified, and they just brought it back and started this week. But if you go back and watch, the acting is great in that, and there are very few big names in it.
Well,
that's what they're saving money on that. They are. The studios are saving money.
And there's that story today that outside Universal Studios, they cut the trees back.
Yeah.
You see that?
That's
you see that, Riggins? So they allegedly cut the trees back just to remove the shade, and they said, some people have said, hey, those trees were cut out of season. That's going to kill them. Oops. Now it's hot as hell on that sidewalk with no shade.
Yeah, man, it's brutal. He said, wait till they start losing their houses, and it's like, ooh, brother, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get uglier.
Outside looking in, I think the writers and all of them have a point. They sell these shows off to Netflix, and the only people that get paid the more it's watched, that's the company that owns the rights to it.
Yeah,
it's because it's a totally different model. It's very similar to what's happening with music.
Mm-hmm. But it's what they agreed upon when they started doing it, right? Like, it's not like they're pulling the rug out from under them and taking the money away from them.
I think it's kind of one of those, this is the way it was set up. It's kind of based on the old way of doing things, on how residuals worked or whatever, is my understanding. And things have changed because the audience has made such a drastic shift to streaming services that it's like, hey, we need to redo this. And they're like, well, we're not redoing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have to deal with it. Until, if you can get another contract, then get another contract. But I think that
isn't that the deal now? Aren't weren't they in the process of renegotiating the contract?
Yeah.
And they just ran to a stalemate.
Right.
Like, well, we're going on strike.
I know, but the actors though joined it to support the writers, right? They weren't in any, union dispute or anything. And if it goes on longer, I think they'll be, you know what, we did our best. The actors will be like, we did our best, but we're going to work with the scab writers now.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if your project is already written and done, or like, hey, we're going to shoot that movie shoots in January. And you're like, well, look, if this is going to be a big box office movie, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ease out and go make my
you know
make
what?
my movie.
Way I look at it though, if they all stayed on strike for an indefinite period of time, there's so much stuff available now, old stuff that's already been done, that it would take me the rest of my life to get through watching
there's a lot of
all of the stuff that I could be watching.
Sure.
Now, here's the question, though. I really love the show Lincoln Lawyer. And they posted the new season of it on Netflix. But it was one of those deals like Yellowstone did. They posted part 1 of the season, and then part 2 of the season is coming later, like Ozark. Ozark did that. So if they're on strike, does that mean they're not? If they don't already have the whole part 2 of the season in the can, does that mean it won't happen?
Right.
Till they get through with the strike?
Because they can't.
Yeah. There's one show that got a special privilege to keep shooting, and that was The Chosen.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only show so far that's been able to do that. And that's
How'd they get the special?
I don't know. I mean,
That's
it is
interesting.
based
I didn't know that.
It's based on Jesus' life. My parents are big fans of the show. But yeah, I don't know. They got a special whatever it was.
Well, maybe even those godless Hollywood people recognize that they don't want to try to stop Jesus. Don't mess with Jesus.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.